People may wonder, where did hunters get their gear in the 1900s? Well, believe it or not, they got it from Abercrombie and Fitch, which in 1892 was named David T. Abercrombie Company. In 1892, David T. Abercrombie owned the company all by himself, but in 1900, a lawyer named Ezra Fitch bought a portion of the company, which then changed the name to Abercrombie and Fitch in 1904. The more and more that I've researched, I have found out that the company had a lot of ups and downs while in business. In 1917, Abercrombie and Fitch opened up their first ever clothing company in Manhattan, which included a cabin and a casting pool. After the first store was made, all things were going good. They even hit $6.3 million in sales in 1929. In 1939, Abercrombie and Fitch was labeled the greatest sporting goods store in the world. During this time, Ernest Hemingway and Teddy Roosevelt styled themselves in their clothing. In 1985, they opened up another store in San Francisco, which made the brand more accessible to high-class people. Coming in 1960, the net sales rose to a record $16.5 million. Although everything seemed like it was going well, the company took a huge fall. In 1976, the company reported that they had a loss of $1 million, but didn't try any new electronics like television like other companies had done. In 1977, the company had filed for bankruptcy, which resulted in a new people buying the business. Abercrombie & Fitch was bought by Oshman's Sporting Goods and Limited Brands, which they focused mainly on apparel. Fast forward to 2002, the company received backlash for some products claiming that they were offensive. Not even a year later, someone filed a lawsuit against Abercrombie & Fitch because they were discriminating against African Americans, Latinos, and Asian Americans, resulting in them not being hired at some of the stores. Abercrombie employees were told if an applicant didn't fit the Abercrombie & Fitch look, then they would not be hired. In the past few years, Abercrombie faced over 62,000 lawsuits for forcing former employers to buy their own products at full price. So even though a company may look good on the outside, does not mean that they're all put together on the inside. Through all the ups and downs of Abercrombie & Fitch legacy, in today's world, Abercrombie is one of the most popular brands. The company took a huge hit for over 20 years, but are finally able to bounce back slowly. The company now targets older, more mature audiences, making sales go up, versus when they targeted younger kids, the sales weren't going up as much. Abercrombie & Fitch, thank you so much for bouncing back and not giving up, from all of your loyal customers.
That was good.